Ladies, gents, boys and girls, Papa Smoke back again for another video. Okay, so some point last week I joined a group called Magical, Mythical and Metaphysical Creatures and Haunted Places, where we discuss entities, haunted places, and obviously magical and metaphysical creatures. Being involved with Son, there are quite a few magical and metaphysical creatures that we conjure and that we're exposed to. So I thought I'd start making educational videos, mainly for that group, but I'll share them on other platforms too. So, the one I promised the group last week was the Boohag. So, this is a spirit I must stress I don't work with in voodoo. But the Boohag itself comes from the Gullah culture. So it comes from the Gullah culture and it comes from back in the slavery times. So, some people who were enslaved were seen as witches. Yeah, some of them were. Some of them were vaudouists. Yeah. These people were people who worked with spirits and things every day. On an evening, after the evening meal when slaves were in their cabins, sometimes they'd look out of the windows over the plantation and they would see a bright light. This bright light was a portal, and emanating or stepping out of the bright light, they would see the shape of a man or a woman. Some people would say it looks like somebody familiar. It's quite interesting that different people would perceive it as a different person. But this is the metamorphosis and the nature, like the chameleon-like nature of the Boohag. You see, when they see that light and they see the person stepping out of that light, the person who is perceived by the looker is always somebody close, somebody familial, somebody safe. Yeah. So the people think when they see it, oh, it's just the spirit of old Uncle Rodney that passed away, for example. Yeah. He means there's no harm, we're a jolly old man. Yeah. When that light disappears, the Boohag takes human form, disappears, transmutes. Yeah. So it can move around during the day. So it moves around during the day, almost like a mimic. Yeah. If you see it or perceive it, it'll look like someone you know. Yeah. You won't be able to interact with it. It won't let you. But it'll look like someone you know. It'll avoid interactions, often turning corners and disappearing and all sorts of things. How the Boohag actually looks is like a small, skinless, chupacabra-looking motherfucker. And the reason I don't work with Boohags is they target animals and children. So, one of the most grotesque things about the Boohag, and you can find this in the Gullah Geechee Bible, which is not actually a Bible for most of it. It's actually a grimoire based on the Gullah culture. You can find information about this in the Gullah Geechee Bible. What this particular spirit does, like I said, it turns up with no skin. Night one, it will find an animal or a child, kill it, remove its skin, and then proceed to wear it. Now, during the day, like I said, it will seem like a normal human person. It will seem like an innocent human person. It'll look like somebody you know, somebody you trust, somebody who's familial. Yeah? Right? And on a night, it'll manifest in your room wearing the skin of the deceased. It'll sit on your chest and it'll begin to suck out your life force energy. So when people say things like sleep paralysis demon, for example, they may be referring to a Boohag. Boohags literally sit on your chest, so they've got your shoulders pinned down, and they suck your life force energy, or kunda, out of your mouth. And they continue to do this while choking you, yeah? Severe Boohag attacks can cause death. Prolonged, sustained Boohag attacks can cause death. Now, there's a certain type of blue you can paint your house that repels the Boohag. Yeah, certain type of blue you can paint your house that repels the Boohag. However, if you don't want to redecorate, I want to paint your house, then traditionally in the Gullah culture, they put cayenne pepper in the corner, in each corner of the property. Yeah, Boohags hate cayenne pepper. So this will keep them away and will protect you from the Boohag. Removal of a Boohag's quite difficult because they serve the person who's conjured them. So unless the person who's conjured them dismisses them, they're going to keep trying to come back. If they're exercised correctly, they may not try and come back. If they're destroyed by a lure or something, they may not try and come back. What I mean by destroyed, ladies and gentlemen, for those that don't understand, is specific deities can consume souls, therefore ending the entity. As in fully consuming its life force now, so the entity doesn't exist anymore, it's just part of the lure. Certain lure can do this, they can destroy entities by consuming souls. Removal of a Boohag is extremely difficult, Usually they require catching, trapping, or feeding to a lure. They're extremely dark, extremely nasty, and they're extremely smart as well. They like to listen in, so they can hear what part of its behaviours is messing with you the most, so it can carry on doing it. Boohags are very similar to vampires in the way that they visit you on a night, feed on you, leave you in a bad way, and disappear. Now, what Boohags are also capable of doing is saving up negative energy. So, the fear, the upset, the anger, all the negative emotions that being infested by a Boohag gives you and generates between you and your family, this fucking thing feeds on them. And what it does while it's sucking out your life force energy, it'll suck out all your kunda, and then it will push all the negative into you. This is designed to make you sick, to keep you weak, so it can continue to feed on you. The reason it needs to come to you at night in your sleep is because when you're unconscious or going through REM patterns, your life force energy, or kunda, is lowest as possible, So your aura is the thinnest as possible. So your aura is like an energy shield around your body, powered by your kunda or your life force energy, right? So if the Boohag can get through it when it's thin, that's why it comes on a night, because your kunda's low, your aura's low, it can step straight through. There's a lot of preventative measures you can do to protect yourself from Boohags. Awakening your Kundalini, doing regular aura shields, doing regular triple shield meditations, and having various protection charms around you can help. Again, like I said, cayenne pepper in the corner of each room in the house can help. There's a specific kind of blue. You can paint every room in the house if you want. That being said, if you paint your house blue, that kind of blue, while infested by a Boohag, you won't repel the Boohag, you'll trap it inside. So bear in mind what you do when you repaint your house. That's why I haven't told you the exact shade of blue, because I don't want people doing stupidness and getting themselves trapped with dangerous entities. Okay, so Boohags are extremely negative. There's no positive application for them. They are literally a creature of torture, of death, and of fear. So, this has been Boohags. I'm Papa Smoke. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, which don't leave you with the right lot. And remember, ladies and gents, I'm working on a new book. My current book, Rootwork, Conjures, Magic and Wonders, is on sale for £50 English on Lulu. That is literally a beginner's guide, entry-level book to voodoo. The next one I'm bringing out, Rootwork, Conjures, Magic and Wonders 2, Calling Down the Lua. This is going to be an advanced follow-on book. So the first book is Who's Who, What's What, few articles and some spells. Right. The next book is applying that knowledge further. So calling the Lua down, becoming possessed, having items and areas and other beings possessed, and dismissing them, asking them politely to leave, as we do in voodoo. Basically saying, thank you, you've done everything you need for us now, you may go when you wish. Stuff like that. It's a more advanced field guide to actually practicing voodoo. I postulate, once I've wrote this book, combined with my first book, both of these books should give you exactly what you need to work in voodoo. You will need your roads open though, unless you're going to pay Papa Legba for permission each time. But the first book's Rootwork, Conjures, Magic and Wonders. That's available on Lulu for £50 English. Second book will be out as soon as I've written it. Any questions about this topic, hit me up. Any questions about anything else voodoo-wise, hit me up. And of course, I'm always available for readings, healings and work. I'm Papa Smoke. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, which ain't the right lot. Peace out, people.